asked her how this happened.
I don't think she knows anything more than what we've seen in the press to date. So, I'm sure if people, proper authorities want to ask her questions, they'll ask her questions. But she's been fully cooperative in this investigation.
She came off the campaign trail on Saturday. Is she still part of the campaign? Is she still working on the campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. She's been, played a central and vital role in this campaign, and she continues to do that and continues to do her work, running our overall dance operation, being a confidant to the senior people in the campaign, and traveling with Hillary. She doesn't travel every day, but she travels frequently with her.
Do you think if Bill Clinton hadn't gone on to that plane in the tarmac in Arizona and talked to Attorney General Loretta Lynch, which caused a big controversy and then necessitated Lynch to come forward and say that she was going to defer to investigators and prosecutors on this matter because of the appearance, the ethical cloud, do you think that if he had not done that, that Attorney General Lynch might have had more control of what happened in this investigation?
I can't speculate about that. I think you sort of gave the money pitch there, though, Jake. She said that she would accept the advice of career prosecutors. The Republicans wanted to spin that up into a conspiracy where there was none. The career prosecutors found that there was no case. Jim Comey himself said it wasn't even close, and she accepted that result.
Yeah. One of the things that's interesting, and one of the things that Democrats in Washington, D.C. are debating, is whether or not Hillary Clinton has actually learned from this experience when it comes to people in her circle who enable bad decisions by the Clintons, and I am not necessarily including you in that group, but the people inside her circle, such as you and Neera Tanden and Robbie Mook, people who are more of, I would say, kind of a new guard, even if you have a long-standing relationship with the Clintons, were stunned when word of the private email server was first reported by the New York Times in March of 2015, according to those stolen emails published by WikiLeaks. And I know you say that this is the Russians and they're trying to influence the election.
It's not me that says it. It's a lot of people who say it, including the government.
Okay.
So.
Intelligence professionals say that. Be that as it may, you wrote to Robbie Mook on March 3rd of 2015, quote, "Did you have any idea of the depth of this story?" Neera Tanden, a Clinton ally who's now co-chairing, wrote, "Why didn't they get this stuff out like 18 months ago? So crazy." You responded, "Unbelievable." Neera Tanden wrote, "I guess I know the answer. They wanted to get away with it." On July 25th of last year, Neera Tanden wrote, "Do we actually know who told Hillary she could use a private email, and has that person been drawn and quartered?" You're acting like the server was just a simple mistake, but these emails suggest that you and Robbie Mook and Neera Tanden knew this was going to be a big problem.
Well, look, it's easy with 20/20 hindsight. I think if someone had taken the steps and looked at it, one would have definitely made a different decision. But it happened. I think it was at the beginning it was just done for convenience. But at the end of the day, it was a major problem. I think, as I told you, I think she's learned from it. I've worked with her closely in this campaign. She takes hard advice. She's not, she respects people who will get up in her face. And I think that the reason I've kind of survived through the whole campaign is because that's the kind of person I am.
You certainly are. Has anyone in the government provided you with a status report, John, on the investigation into your hacked and stolen emails?
No, I've talked to the FBI at the beginning of this, and my attorney has been in touch with them. It's part of the investigation of the Russian hacks, but the scope of it, who knew what when, the fact that the Trump campaign seems to have been in contact with Julian Assange and from WikiLeaks quite early, at least as early as August. I don't know what their investigation
the Trump campaign. You're referring to Roger. Are you referring to Roger Stone saying that he
Trump confidant? Okay. Let me correct myself. A Trump confidant, Roger Stone, who bragged about being in touch with Julian Assange, talked about the fact that they were going to come after me. He did that back in August. So what the government has learned about the interactions between Assange and the Russians, it seems clear that the Russians were the ones who did the initial hack, how they got to WikiLeaks, what the relationship was with Roger Stone. I don't know. I assume that the government's looking at that, but I don't know anything more. Maybe Jim
All right.
Comey, if he thinks it's important, will come out and let us know in the next 9 days.